Hello, welcome to my channel. Here we are in Joburg where the temperatures has dropped down to almost 0 degrees at times. And this is the most welcoming time to make some nice hearty soups and stews accordingly to the weather. Today I'm going to prepare some butternut soup. The ingredients are, actually I used this size of butternut. I cut it and cubed it and rinsed it. Here I have my butternut, and thereafter I cut 3 carrots, which is also rinsed, and there's a leek sliced and a medium size of onions to braise, and about 3 cloves of garlic. And then also have 2 medium size of potatoes cut and cubed and rinsed. And then we'll need 2 tablespoons of vegetable stock, of which we'll dilute to the liter of boiling water in when the cooking, and half a teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of sugar, a tablespoon of salt to taste, but you can use accordingly to your taste, a tablespoon of paprika, and a small teaspoon of cinnamon powder, and just a few whole black pepper. And for the serving, we will use a feta. We'll garnish, crumble some feta to garnish our soup, and we'll use fresh cream to garnish our soup. For braising, I'll be using olive oil, but you can actually use butter, maybe a tablespoon, or just ordinary oil. My pot is hot for the braising. I'm just going to add in olive oil, but if you are measuring, it's about 2 tablespoons. Firstly, I'm going to add in my onions. With my leek. And allow it to fry out. While my onions is frying out, I have to add in my whole black pepper. Okay, my onions are gone soft. It's not necessary to actually redden the onions and the leek, as long as it's gone soft. And I'm going to add in my garlic. And then the paprika, cinnamon powder, and my thyme. I stirred it in for a few minutes. Now I will add in my other vegetables. Just drop them all in. And also my potatoes. I stir it all together. Okay, 10 minutes has passed us, and we allow these veggie to fry, and it's coated well with the paprika. And now I'm going to add in my salt. You can use salt per your taste, and sugar. And stir it well, and I'll allow it to fry for another 10 minutes, and then add in my stock. Okay, another 10 minutes has passed us. Now I'm going to actually dilute my 2 tablespoons of vegetable stock into my liter of boiled water and pour it to the soup. Now I increased my heat, and I will allow this to actually boil for an hour, and I'm going to add in more boiled water to the soup. I'm going to add in another liter of water, and I'm going to allow it to boil, but you can see if your veggies need more water to get soft, you can add in the water gradually. This will boil for an hour now, and then we can check. This soup can actually feed about 8 people, but you can actually store it in your fridge and have it whenever you need to have some soup. Okay, 1 hour has passed us, and I'm going to give it a quick stir and see how it has thickened. And we did taste the salt. The salt was less, but you can taste your salt per your taste. And we're adding another teaspoon of fine salt. And to this point, I'm going to use a masher to try to smash whatever that still did not boil up. But in your case, you can actually use a blender to make it smooth, because this soup has to have a smooth finish. And when that's done, usually if you have any roast chicken left over from the night time's meal, you can shred the chicken and add it on. But what I usually do is put a cup of frozen veg into the soup to give it like a crunchy finish. Okay, now my soup is actually done, and through the cooking I added an additional liter of water, and it has to come to a thick finish. And then now I'm going to garnish the soup with some fresh spring onions, and then I'm ready to serve. Okay, there's my butternut soup. I drizzled a little bit of fresh cream and a little bit of olive oil and crumbled some feta, served with the toasted bread. If you have some leftover stale bread, you can actually fry it and make croutons, and it goes very well with your soup. Thank you for watching.